Good evening all, good evening, good evening, good evening. Hope we are all doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Affinity Racing. How the absolute F do I have a faster time than Key? How do I have a faster quali time than Key? That is insane. I presume he's done faster times on his main account and has quickly put that lap in before the stream on this one. Fairly happy with my 2:14.1, but I know that I can do a fair bit better than that. Certainly think that I can do a fair bit better than that. I did move over to the Skyline for that quali time. I was kind of stuck around the mid-14s basically, 0.5, 0.6 in the Supra, and then yeah, jumped into the Skyline and managed a reasonably quick time. But I wanted to stick with the Supra for this first race, just being what I'm a little bit more comfortable in. So I thought I would stick with it, but we might move and stick with the Skyline. But hope everyone's doing well. Good evening, Craig. Apologies, mate. I didn't see your comment until I started streaming. So we will check that out. Is there something dodgy going on in the replays? Is that what's happening? Here we go then. Here we go. Really not sure what to expect of this one, except that we might already have a little look to turn one. We absolutely do. Up to P4 then. I presume this guy might have been starting on the medium tyres, not too sure. Oh, we've gone wide. That's going to be a penalty. Yeah, half-second penalty. That is a little bit annoying, but such is life. These two guys, look at this. He's gone for the absolute send. He's made it stick. Jesus, that is nicely done, good sir. As late as you like on the brakes, as late as you could possibly be, I would have thought. Can't imagine you could be much later on the brakes and get away with it. Right, bit of smoke up ahead here. These two guys side by side through Puong. I'm going to try and stay on key, but it doesn't look like that is going to be happening. Oh, I've just realised I've got traction control on here. What's going on there? I did not order any traction control. Get that off. Can I blame that for being slow? Don't think so. This guy behind also with a penalty, which is a bit of a godsend. But it does mean that both of us then are vulnerable to someone behind. I'm going to take the racing line here. This guy's going to try and go around the outside. Maverick all over the place there, just trying to keep that car under control. He does so quite nicely though. He is going to get a penalty, however. We will have that. Right, P5 still then. Oh, have I just done the same again? Have I just done exactly the same thing again? Oh, I have as well. What a donkey. Sorry, buddy. What an absolute donkey. Tyre wear is very, very high tonight, as we can see. I presume I haven't seen any races from today, so I don't actually know the exact best time to pit, but I was planning, which is why I've started on the soft tyres, just to see how far we can go into the race before we end up accidentally doing too long on the mediums, so just to try and avoid that a little bit. I could be vulnerable here once again. I think we're okay because those guys are actually fighting, so they're side by side and whatnot, having a couple of troubles. I think they're all good. Very, very difficult to hold on to the car here through a lot of these corners. Well, Rouge and Radio on there proving very, very difficult with tyre wear being so high. Right, good exit out of turn 1. Down to Eau Rouge. Up through Radio. I'm going to turn a little bit earlier there just to try. Yeah, we managed that one, no problem. Right, we're obviously not going to catch the key, so it's just whether or not we can try and hold on to this P5. I seem to see more people qualifying in the Skyline, but then taking the Supra to the race, so I presume as well that tyre wear in that Skyline is just abysmal, given that we're on ×7. Trying as well not to run too wide. We'll on there, get our foot down on the power as early as we can. Same here as well, slight lift just to meet that apex. Proving pretty difficult, this one, I gotta say that. We're in a decent spot at the moment, but we're going to struggle to stay here, I think. Or we're going to struggle to progress, I should say, rather. Oh no, that's not good, come on. Right, there's Key just up the road. So someone out of the pits there, whether or not we're actually going to get an undercut on them here, or an overcut rather, sorry. Whether they get an undercut on us. Not that they need to undercut because they were ahead, so I'm just saying words that mean absolutely nothing at the moment. See if we can get the overcut on them, I should say. They were P4. Actually, no, they must have been P3 because Key is now to P3 and he was originally P4. So, I mean, that's quite a gap that, if we by any chance manage to close it, which I don't think that we will do, considering Key himself is 5 seconds up the road. And we haven't gained on him either. Right, interestingly though, the guy who pitted earlier was on the medium, so he obviously wants 5 laps out of the soft. We've only done 4 now, and I really don't want to be on them too much more. I guess we've probably got no choice but to push ourselves to do one more lap. This is where mistakes start happening from people overestimating what their tyres can do. I don't want to be one of those people. But thankfully we do have a pretty decent gap behind us there. Let's take a risk. First race, keys on the mediums as well. Look at all that. That was all that extra pace he had was on the medium tyres. Amazing that. Absolutely amazing. Everybody on the medium tyres. Okay then, brilliant. Fantastic. Everybody on the medium tyres, and I was matching pace with them. And yeah, I was on the softs. So there we go. Key now onto the softs. How the hell did he get that car stopped on medium tyres? And he got that car stopped to do a tremendous double overtake earlier. Impressive stuff. Really feel the lack of grip. Or not feel, technically. Need to be really careful here because we've got nothing left on these tyres. Maybe say I've either gone too far or I've pushed too much on the laps, on the actual laps themselves. A little bit of both, I think. I want to be very careful here. Question is, we're 2 seconds off the pace, 2.5 seconds off the pace there. Would we be 2.5 seconds off the pace on the mediums? Someone was into the wall there, I think. I could hear in the background that someone was into the wall. Right, let's get the chocolate out then. While we're in the pits. Chocolate break in the pits. I'm sure this is what they do. See this all the time in F1. Down to P8 now, dropping quite a way back. P9, no! Had to let him pass there. Had to let him pass. I was on my way out of the pits. Nowhere near enough pace to try and fight there into Eau Rouge. Shows though that my overcut did not work, clearly. Going long did not pay off there at all. The mediums are also equally horrible. No, come on. Oh, P9, that's a terrible result. That is an absolutely terrible result. We've dropped all those places just purely on, well, not having actual race pace, realistically. Which is a real shame. Is anybody else due into the pits? I don't think so. Not running this long, surely. No. Oh man, that's a killer. How's that happened then? Other than purely just not having enough pace, which I know that's what it is, but I've lost quite a bit there. P2 and 3, those two podium positions, back and forwards a little bit there. Yeah, looks like I would have probably been better off doing an earlier stint, dropping onto the mediums a bit earlier, I think. I don't know. I'm quicker on that lap than I was on 2 of the laps on the mediums. 2:16.1 though we got on the softs. Lap number 3. I don't quite know. That's disappointing that, to have dropped that far though. Well, I'm off the pace. Most definitely, definitely off the pace. I wonder why that is, though. I went too long on the mediums, I think. On the soft, sorry. That medium tyre there was in good nick. I should have not tried to go as long on the softs. I just presumed that was what we had to try and do. Or I presumed that's what everybody else was doing. But I was wrong. We'll possibly have a little look at that replay to gather ourselves some data, I think. Right, let's go again. This time we will race also in the Skyline. We'll see if we can improve our quali time. On the soft tyres, of course. 14.17. Erie's got 4/10 on me there. Too early on the brakes there, a bit too early on the brakes. Yeah, it's crazy actually the lack of grip that you have through there on the first lap. That one caught me out, that. Which is also why I ended up with a few penalties there, didn't I, as well, so consider that one, I guess, but... So the Skyline feels a little bit kind of, obviously much more old school car. That you can tell that the Supra is a lot more refined and a lot more, somewhat easier to control. But then this when you get it right, I initially thought at first I wasn't a fan of this, but when you do get it right, it kind of does become a little bit easier than the Supra to drive. Weirdly, very weirdly. Obviously the gear changes aren't as instant as the Supra. You also have the fact that it's a 5-speed as opposed to 6, like the Supra. So somewhat, in some way, that does help you. It does allow you to try and just carry a little bit more, try and be a little bit more smooth. It forces you to be a bit more smooth through the corners, because you don't have to kind of be changing through the likes of second, third, and fourth quite as much. Allow you to just kind of roll the car in and get your foot down. Of course, acceleration suffers slightly, but then the gears themselves, the car gets through the gears very, very quickly. And I think overall acceleration, probably off the line and through most of the gears, is probably quicker than the Supra actually. Something about the Supra feels like that should be the car that is quickest. It just isn't for me at the moment, nor is it for most people. Most of the top 100 now is this Skyline. Pick our braking point. messed up there. At the end of the Camel straight. Is that the source? No, it's not the source, is it? The source is turn 1, I believe, isn't it? Hope if I get those right. Same mistake. Same mistake. Right, we get one more lap here. Be as close to a 2-second improvement as I can. Being 1.7 up on my time will get me to where I need to be. No, my maths is wrong there. See there the difference that just staying in 4th gear that little bit longer, the difference that made there. Yeah, 1.6 is the difference I need to make up to start matching my previous best. That's much quicker, that's much better. Oh, I need to be up into 3rd earlier there. No, tried a bit too wide there, didn't have the grip. Tried turning a little bit too late. What's this going to be? 14.3, 14.4, 3/10 off my best. No improvement on that one then, not to worry. No improvement, but not to worry. Stick with that 14.1. It is a decent time. Clearly not that good. We drop right the way down here. A few higher flyers in this one. I'm going to start in the mediums here, I think. Start in the mediums. We'll maybe aim to go lap 5 on this one. Oh, lap 5. Yeah. Lap 4 or 5. We'll see. We'll see where we're at. Oh, Craig, I thought the chat seemed a bit... What's going on here? Multi-stream is not working on Streamlabs. I thought it seemed a bit strange not to have any messages there. Dan, Craig, apologies, mate. I've not been being very rude there, although it looks like you might have been having a conversation with Jonathan anyways. But Jonathan, how we doing as well? Good evening, good evening. Cowboy as well, missed you there. Oh, how come I missed all those messages then? I do apologise. They literally just were not appearing up. Bob as well, sorry, missed you. I missed a lot of you there. I do apologise. Nothing was coming up on Streamlabs there. I am very, very sorry. My apologies. Craig wasn't thinking that my tyres were going to last there. I'll be honest with you, I would have probably have agreed. Oh, there we go, a couple of places. Lucky strike, you're telling me. Make up one place there. I thought I might have had this guy as well, but clearly not. We're going to bump him along through Eau Rouge and up through Radio on there. Slight lift from me here, just to make sure. I'm going to take his slipstream all the way, so this is going to be very beneficial. I have the slingshot past him there, which is good stuff. Oh, almost didn't make the corner there. Oh, this is interesting, driving this on mediums. That is very interesting. I would certainly much rather be in the Supra now. Yeah, not a bad start at all, Jonathan. Apologies, I was missing your messages there as well. I hope I haven't missed anybody else. I will catch up on them in a second. Oh, that's contact. Keith's going to take full advantage of that and grab himself 2 positions. We get given the position back from Horner there. Oh no, Homer. I thought it said Horner. I thought that seemed weird. Right. Homer Simpson, get in. Frustrating because we lost a lot of time. But he gave the place back, so I will not argue. So we're back to P9 then. De facto position from the start of the race. See if we can get past in the slipstream here. Slingshot our way through. In fact, you know what? Let's push you along and benefit even more. Oh, shoot. Yeah. Make sure he keeps that place. No! Binned it. Brilliant. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Well, that was only a matter of time, wasn't it? Ah, do you know what? The last few streams, we've been having so many good races. So many good races that a result like that was guaranteed, wasn't it? Absolutely guaranteed. Ah! Bugger. Should have stayed behind him there. I shouldn't have tried coming out of the slipstream. That was silly. That was silly. Stu. Perfect timing. Absolutely perfect timing. Indeed, we are back to normal. And in fact, I even put that in the title of this video, didn't I? And I didn't even realise. We are indeed normal streaming service well and truly resumed, with us putting it in the barrier on the second lap. Let's improve this lap time. We'll try and improve this lap time. Oh, let's have a look at race B. Yeah, let's have a little look at this. Let me have a little look at this. Right, let me also see if I can press record without the whole stream blowing up and going to pot. Right, so what do we want? We want race B. Is it any of the top 10 replays create? I presume it must be if it's I think you just said look at the top replays. So I presume that we have a bit of a recurring theme. All in the WRX. Okay, let's play this replay then. Top time. What group car is Spa? It's Group 3, Stu. Group 3. The best combo. But tyre wear is very, very, very high. And really, really difficult, as you can imagine. Right, let's watch everything here then. I want to see all the data. I want to see what is being done here. What angle should we have? We go with this one. Let's have a look. Oh, I think I know what's coming. So I've just realised which actual track and which layout this is. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. No, it's not the layout I thought. What's going to happen here? Top 209 has cheated. Right, I'm interested to know. Is it this corner here? The hairpin on the bank? I was going to say, because that track limits is never really... Track limits there has never existed. They ran out of stewards to watch that corner. Right, what's happening? Is it this one here? Do we cut the... Okay, no. Oh, what's happening? What? No. What? What? Yeah, I didn't know what was coming there. I absolutely did not know what was coming there. You are right, mate. I was never going to guess that. What on earth is he... What? How? How's that happening? What's he specifically doing? How is this... How? How is that happening? What is it that he's specifically doing to make that happen? What is being done to cause that glitch? I don't get it. Just park and wait. Literally just park up and wait. But he was he was on full revs. I want to understand. I don't get how a glitch like that... First of all, I don't get how a glitch like that is even found out. How is that discovered? How does that get discovered? Oh, I don't get it. That is so bizarre. So is it the case that... I wonder then, because we've got a pit lane here. Is this a pit lane that we use in any of the layouts? It must be, surely. So we got a pit lane there. Does it presume that he's crashed in the pit lane and then reset his lap? Is that's the... Oh, just he's revving to get the start on the straight. That makes sense. Got you. That is one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen on this game. That is mental. That is absolutely mental. I'm guessing then there's some sort of glitch with the fact that we've got the pit lane here, and it maybe thinks that he's crashed in the pit lane, which is why it's then restarted. Yeah, okay, I think someone spun out, and then that's where the car ended, and yeah, transported him straight to home straight. That is bonkers. That is absolutely mental. Should we try it, though? Now I want to try it. Now I want to try it. We'll come back later and we'll give it a go. That is... that is insane. That is absolutely one of the most bizarre glitches I've seen on this game. But then people exploit it. That's the problem. That is the problem. And, yeah... So we're saying that the top 210 so far have used this glitch and cheated. And that isn't in itself is just a case of if you can't beat them, join them, or don't hate the players, hate the game sort of thing. But, you know, I guess they say motorsport is all about maximising every possible advantage. And that is one hell of an advantage. That is... one hell of an advantage. So I guess that's Daily Race B ruined for this week. Absolutely ruined. I presume as well that this will not be the only track. I presume there'll be, you know, there'll be one variation of another track of some description of some sort that has something similar. Laguna Seca, for example, if you've been it restarts your lap. It doesn't start. It doesn't bounce you to the pit lane ahead of time. It restarts your lap without counting it as a restart. If that makes sense, because it restarts you across the finish line on the penultimate corner. But this one just so happens to be advantageous because it restarts you before the finish line, so you can cross the line and take the time. All those times will be removed if you try it. Don't cross the line. Well, that's true. Yeah, they did. Which oh, there was another track where there was a glitch happening and everyone was taking the... Or was it just wall riding? I think it might have just been the wall riding, wasn't it? Oh, which track? High Speed Ring. I think it was, wasn't it? And then they deleted all the times, which is obviously the right thing to do. I presume that is... yeah. Ah, yes. What was the cheating? There was Daytona as well. Yeah, correct. What was the cheat on that one? I can't remember. Remember how quickly they fixed Daytona when there was cheating? Yeah, what was the... I think that might have been the first one that I was thinking of. What was that cheat, though? I can't remember what it was. Safra, how we doing? How are we doing? How are we doing? Have you seen this ridiculous glitch in Daily Race B, Jack, or not? That is bizarre. I shall not partake, that is for sure. But, yeah, interesting. Interesting is certainly one word for it. Cutting the curb and wall riding. Yeah, I can't remember exactly though which one it was for Daytona. Which was it the bus stop? Oh, was it the bus stop? It's got to have been. Oh, right, Jack. Quickly look at this. Quickly look at the state of this. So this is Daily Race B. Autodrome Lago Maggiore. East, west, east. Didn't make no difference, does it? Look at the state of this. So if you get halfway around the lap, right, and then you pull over here, which is the pit exit of a different layout. Oh. What? Have they already been deleted? Or was that my friends list? Did I just click on accidentally there? I think I did, didn't I? Yeah, it is funnier. It is funnier. I agree. Did I click on the wrong thing there? Oh, maybe I did. Maybe I clicked on friends and not the scum of GT7. I was watching my trustworthy friends list and not these absolute scroungers for cheats, disgusting cheats. Yeah, look at this. So this is the pit exit of obviously whatever other layout this is. And then if you just sit here for a bit, wait for it, bosh, you get reset. And then you just skip out a whole load of lap. And then away you go. And that is how you set a 2-minute 13 or a 1-minute 13, whatever it is, at Lago Maggiore. That is just mental. Simple as that. Right, let's go improve our time. I hope they fix that though, because there is too many bugs, and that one's a funny one actually, to be honest. But there is, yeah, shocking is one word for it, mate. Absolutely. But hopefully they jump on it quickly enough, because that's an entire daily race ruined for the next week. So hopefully they do fix that one. Polyphony, get it sorted out. That is crazy. So let's try and improve our lap time then. We're going to try not to die and bin it as we did in the race previous there. Try and do a slightly better job of keeping it on the track. Let's see what we can do. Are you streaming tonight, Jack, by the way, or not? Yeah, not acceptable. Absolutely shocking. Funny, though. It is funny, I would give them that, but yeah, shocking. Greg, how we doing? Good evening, good evening. Hope we are all well. That's not how we do that one. Well done on my quality time. Thank you very much, mate. Thanking you. I think that there's a couple. I almost said a few there, and then I corrected myself before I did. A couple of tenths. Maybe it's not a few tenths, but oh, you streamed earlier in the day. Oh, I see. I did see the thumbnail and the Monday stream, and then I obviously didn't realise that it was during the day. Otherwise, I would have tuned in. How stupid of me. I do apologise, mate. I do apologise. I presumed it would have been another Monday night stream. Now I've just realised, is that why you had MON and then day in a different colour? I just realised that. I didn't click on there. I didn't. The penny did not drop. I didn't click on to what that meant. Apologies, mate. But I'll see if I can catch up on that one. Did you have any good races? Or were they all a bit like my previous one there and not worth it? not worth joining the lobby for. Right, I need to be up to third earlier because that's costing too much time to get out of that corner. But I presume being in third is better than doing second for about 10 yards. So I presume the short shift to third is worth it, but it does feel like it's going to bog down and not move. Top split the entire stream. Good races. Love it, mate. Love it, love it, love it. Good races and good results, I hope. Don't know why I'm looking behind me. Thought I was in a race there for a second. Keep that flat there. If we turn in early enough and we get the right exit, you can keep that flat. Only lifting to try and correct a previous mistake. Right, so we should get another 4 laps here to try and improve our time, which we can hopefully do. Oh, that's got to be track limits. I've been trying to see what the limit on the bus entry to the bus stop is. That's got to be track limits, surely. Even I can be the first to admit that was pretty shocking. I tell you what though, the good thing about this car is that second gear around there, you can be at an absolute like steering wheel at 180 degrees and plant your foot in second and it will not spin the car. So I do quite like that. I do quite like that. which is possibly one of the biggest advantages in this thing. We want to try and improve our time, current time there in purple, the 2:15 by 1.1 seconds if we can do, yeah. Maybe second is worth doing. Was up to 1.1 there. Well, thought I might have been close or getting close. Keep that flat there though, so here we go. 1.1 it will be. Are we going to improve on this time? Can we maybe push this up to 1.2? Dare I say 1.3? Probably not. Probably not. We just try and extend this as we keep our foot to the floor though. Too late. Oh no, I haven't. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. 1.3. We're going to be down into the 13s there. Only just, but hey, I tell you, happy with that. 13.9. Just as I said, you can put your foot down and not spin the car. Oh, went into Rory at one point. No. No. Oh, dearie me. I'm sure it was obviously not intentional, and I'm sure it was swiftly sorted out. I'm sure I know aggro was caused, I'm sure. What car were you mostly using then, Zafra? Were you in the Supra or were you in the Skyline here? Because the oh Jesus. Because the Supra I would prefer to be in overall, but the Skyline does seem to be a lot quicker overall. So then by default I'm just in this, but I think I would rather be in the Supra. Let's try and get another good lap. Oh, you donkey. Well, there's one glitch that you can't expose, or one trick that you can't expose to improve some lap time. Totally avoid the bus stop chicane. You can't do that. Gran Turismo at least has that one covered. Yeah, the Skyline's it's a weird one. It is. It takes a little bit of getting used to. I feel like I'm kind of used to it now, but as I say, comfort-wise, I probably would prefer to be in the Supra, just through having driven that naturally a lot more on the game. But I don't think I could be doing 13.9s in the Supra. I really don't. This could be a good lap here as well. Yeah, I think second gear out of there definitely is needed. Wonder if I can not brake as much. Try and get down on the power a little bit earlier, as we have actually managed to do there. Lost all the time that we had there. Oh, don't run wide. Shave off half a tenth here possibly though. That's for certain. And then we'll have time for one more lap. Well, hopefully we can shave off a little bit more. We'll see if it can happen. Get your guesses in. Now we ended up losing that tenth there. Oh, 2,000ths. There we go. Brilliant. Right, come on. Half a tenth up already. Good start. We're level, we're up, we're level, up, up, we're up, we're down, we're up, we're down. On exit of BRIO. Maybe it's been a little bit too risky trying to brake later. I don't know if I'm actually gaining any time by doing so. It feels like I kind of am, but at the same time that I'm kind of not, because of how on the edge I feel that I am. So definitely we want second gear out here. The main thing is that you've got your foot down as early as you can into that left-hander. Same on here, on exit. Oh, now we're down, we've dropped it, we've dropped it. So there's a tenth difference overall from where we were to where we are now. And annoyingly, that's where I lost it on the last lap. But we've regained a tenth. So the fact that we lost a tenth somewhere, and now we're a tenth up, shows that this could actually be. 13.9 now, could be a 13.8, we could be down to 0.7. Temporarily we were 3 tenths up there. Not quite going to happen. 13.8 dead. So I will take that for sure. Bosh. Right, I'm happy with that. 13.8. Yeah, Jack, I definitely recommend the Skyline. Million percent, especially after that. I think that proves that it's got a bit of pace in it, and I've probably got a bit of pace left in it as well, I think. I just want to double check what the... so both tyres are required. Okay. All right, let's start on the mediums on this one then. Run a little bit longer into this one again. See if we can manage to stay in this race. Happy with that improvement on our time though. Wind up top there. 12.6. My word. An entire second and more. Key there with a 13.5. Improved his time. Goes ahead of us. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, happy with that one, Jonathan. Not too bad, eh? Good luck from Zafra as well. Thank you very much, mate. Let's see how we indeed managed to do here, because well, the previous race went all kinds of wrong, didn't it? So let's just see. P7. Let's not lose too many positions early doors. Run a little bit longer into the race, or as long as we did on the soft tyres. Run 4 or 5 laps on the mediums, I think. Right, we don't have to worry about getting around the bus stop, which is good. We can literally just be on this straight. Yeah, that's mega. Happy with that. Good place to start. Whoa, look at the acceleration from this guy. What car is he in? I was going to say it's obviously it is not the Skyline. Couldn't see what was in there. Is he in the Supra? Yeah, he is. He's in the Supra. Okay. Well, there we go. That answers that one then. From 2nd through to 4th or 5th, Supra has... Oh, back in there. He stepped out a bit there. The Supra has the legs, but this is where the Skyline has the advantage. This straight here, it absolutely bosses, and in the slipstream, of course, as well. Right, don't want to get held up though, all the same, because these guys are right beside each other, all covered within about 2/10 of each other. Big chunk of cars here. Big group of cars. In fact, I think that takes us all the way down to the podium, the front of this train here. It does indeed. It takes us down to P2, does that? No, P3, yeah. Oh, someone's gone wide. Someone's gone. He quit immediately there. Right, up to P7 then. Purely by default. Just had a lift there. Just had a lift. I'm just going to end up running wide. Don't want to risk any penalties in this one, because that did cost us a lot of time in the last one. Whoa, 2 cars ghosting. Oh, we're right onto the back end of P4 there now. Oh, that was a weird one. That was a really weird one. Please give me the space. So we can get round the outside here. Partial better exit there, but he's now going to be in the slipstream of that Supra. See if we can manage this one side by side. Plenty space given there. He's backed out of it as well. He's backed out. He's then going to get eaten up there, I think. Oh! Almost. Oh! Almost. Oh, look at that. We've lost so many places there. Why not, mate? You go for it as well. That's frustrating. That's so frustrating. Ah, right. Gone from having such great potential in terms of results to nothing there very quickly. How frustrating is that? How frustrating can you get? Oh my god, look at the state of this. Oh my god. Oh, he's running him off there, that's no good. Don't know if he's just not realised he's there somehow. I'm just going to break really early here just to try and judge where we need to be. Oh, get pushed out. Why is it always me? Man! That hurt my hand, that actually hurt my hand, that. Oh, it's so frustrating though. Feels like it's always me that gets the brunt of that. Driving around in packs there. I mean, we may very well catch up to them at that rate, the way that they were going on there, but frustrating. Try to run, once I got pushed out wide, I tried to just commit to it, but of course there's absolutely no grip out there, trying to then put your foot down is asking for trouble, so we nearly ended up losing it. Of course that's where they've now put they've now gravelled that out to stop that happening, and if you run wide at turn 1 you run wide and you're in the gravel, which is kind of rightfully so. Right, let's try again then. Oh man, no. Just shows you the difference though. Look how much time we've then lost to the guys that were a mere few seconds away from us. The podium was only about 3 or 4 seconds up the road at one point. Now it's about 20. We're going to gain a couple of positions as people go into the pits here. Pitting from the mediums onto the softs at this point now doesn't seem to make much sense to me based on previous races. Here's wind here. There we go. So he was 21 seconds up the road, and that goes to show you lose probably about 22 seconds, something like that. James, good evening. How are we doing, mate? It feels like it's been a little while, but that's because it's been a little while since I streamed Monday night streams as well, so hope we're all well, mate. Let him win past there. I know it's just not worth fighting. Better off just trying my best to follow him. I feel like I've been unfairly done by this race, to be honest. It's not really worked out how it maybe could or should have. You could say that about most races though, couldn't you? I'm going to go one more just so that I'm not fighting with those guys. Medium tyres don't feel too bad. Christ, we're going to end up in the, I was going to say, on the podium here. What about that? I just wanted to go one more lap there. It's not ideal. But I just thought if I go one more lap, I'm possibly going to end up losing more time to the guys that are fighting in front of me there, that were going into the pits along in front of me. So try not to get caught up in that. Go one more lap. Hopefully they'll have one will have binned it, or a bit of field spread occurring, and I can drop into a gap a little bit easier. Bit of a mistake from P1 there. Key taking out 8/10 that lap. More than that actually, because he was 2 point something. I think he's on the soft tyres though. At least I certainly hope he is, just to make me feel a little bit better. Right, onto the softs. Let's see. I'm hoping for a top 10 here, considering how far down the grid we jumped, or we dropped. So I'm hoping for a top 10. We're down to P10 now, P12 already, so it's looking a bit more unlikely. P14, tremendous. We're down to the back of the grid. Awesome. Right, let's hope that we can make up some positions here. Ah, so frustrating that. We were just really unlucky to end up in that pack of cars that were in the middle of killing each other, basically. We ended up sort of getting engulfed by that pack a little bit, so frustrating. We end up to the back of the grid. I mean, just look at those lap times. You want to be doing a fastest lap of the race is a 2:14, 2:15 and a half, 2:16 you maybe want. And we're doing 2:23, 2:22, 2:24. Then we finally get to a decent lap of a 2:17. See, that there probably wasn't even worth a gear change. We went from 147, and in the meantime of a change in gear, we dropped down and we got up to 149. I would have been better off keeping that in fourth there. That's part of the problem of understanding and getting used to this car. Coming out from the Supra, that is, you short shift everything in the Supra. Oh, but there we go. It doesn't quite reach 149 mile an hour. That's when fourth gear says you either change gear here or your engine gets dropped on the floor, mate. Which is it going to be? And to be honest with you, you're probably better off changing to fifth. thus keeping your engine in the car and keeping a bit of speed. So yeah, maybe 5th is needed. Ah, man. Don't think I'm going to catch these guys up ahead either. Please remember to hit the like. Absolutely, James. Thank you very much. If anyone hasn't done so already, please do. Please do. I'm begging you. Please do. And if you haven't subscribed already, please also do that. It does help, so I'm told, quite a bit. Oh, I thought I might have at least made a place up after all this mucking about. And I don't even think I'm going to manage that. Could not have been more unlucky, I don't think, in all of that traffic that we ended up against earlier. We've got a bit of work to do on our race pace, I think. Less is more, remember. Is that for subscribers on the channel as well? Because if so, then I'm winning. It was a good exit there, just the entry was absolutely shambolic. Oh, look at all these guys there. They're still fighting. Oh, I don't know if it's the same people, but we've got huge cars, groups of cars fighting up ahead. Sadly, I'm not quite going to be able to get onto them in time. One more lap, as they always say, would have been ideal. We're possibly going to have the run on the super. Ah, it's 1.2. That's not happening either. Not a hope. Unless it outbrakes pretty terrifically. I think I can be happy with that as some sort of recovery drive, to be honest with you. I think I can be quite happy with that. Oh, man. Look at the difference there, though. From P6 down to P12, that was like 6 seconds apart. You had basically 6 cars, 6, 7 cars, all running within 6 seconds of each other. You know, that's there would have been a lot of opportunity there, but we just ended up being pretty unlucky, I think. Pretty unfortunate to yeah, to just end up where we did. Have a quick watch of that though, just try and better understand it a little bit. Oops. Oops, 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 oops. Yeah, so this is where we were. This is where we were pretty unlucky. So this is actually sorry, no, let's go ahead. Yeah. Second lap. We've got the Skyline and we've got the Supra. I keep thinking it's the Jag in that colour though, but we've got the Supra in front of us. And this is kind of the first part of it there. I can't quite get turned in, obviously, to get the exit that I want. I try and go around the outside. Puts us alongside this guy there. And he actually backs out of that one, so it's kind of not too bad overall. Onto the back of... yeah, this is the bit that was the bizarre part here. So these guys, out of nowhere, seem to catch up to me. This guy had a really, really good exit. Manages to get around the two of them, I think. I think that's what's happening there. He maybe's then... yeah, he pushes me along. And I just outbrake a little bit. But this guy in front outbrakes even more. Lawrence there doesn't manage to make the corner. But of course then I'm caught up in all of that. And as we watch it from this guy's angle, he then thinks I'll have a dive down the inside as well. A little bit naughty, that one. I think a little bit late of a lunge. Because he's well out of this. He's not thinking that he's making a position up at the other end of this chicane. And then he sees all of this. And he probably thinks, to be fair to him, I'm going to get through this as quickly as possible. And to be honest with you, we're not even at the apex, and he's alongside me, so actually I can't really argue with that one. But then it just gets worse, because then this guy manages to push through as well. So that is 4 positions lost, 5 positions lost, because I left the door wide open there. In, what, 2 corners? In the space of about 15 seconds. So that's really annoying. And then, of course, this is where it just gets even worse. But then in the middle of all this, I tried to hold off. You see there, I didn't turn in too early. I tried to hold off. But it's the... these two there. It's a Mercedes that he's in. Interesting. So I'm on the left-hand side there. And you see, he starts to turn in already. I hold off a little bit, just thinking I will get the cut back, not realising that there's an AMG bowling ball on the way through there. And that's, of course, what then pushes me out wide. And I nearly bin it, and then that's that. So I need to try and avoid and stay out of the way of any of that, to be honest. I think that's what needs to happen. I did start on the medium, so it was inevitable that I might have fell back a little bit, but I didn't think it would have been that much. That's the problem. I didn't think it would have been into all of that mess. So we'll stick with the Skyline again. Drown my sorrows in a bar of chocolate. And we'll go again. It's frustrating because we've got the quali time to get some decent results. Plonker. Right, we'll have enough time I nearly hit the brakes there. We'll have enough time to complete this lap. And one more. Ah! Oh, no, wrong gear. Oh, what a donkey. Well, at least we know we can improve. AMG needs to stop diving. I didn't know if that said driving or diving, so I had to take a look a couple of times. Personally think it could be a lot of control. But yeah, I agree there, mate. It's a weird one because I think that in that particular one that we just saw, I think gap was probably there. I think it's always kind of expected, unfortunately, for that corner. But yeah, just yeah, I agree. I have nothing more to add, actually, mate. Yeah, just I totally agree. I totally agree. It certainly ruined my race for sure. But that's the kind of the weird thing, isn't it, with well, with motorsports in general, but it's obviously so often on sims and this game in particular, is that the knock-on effect of a car going into a car, into a car, into a car is just so difficult to control. And I think that's what sometimes makes the games more annoying, is that you don't, in the real world, as we seen quite a bit yesterday actually in the F1. With Magnussen going into Ricciardo, that's the car out of the race, right? And then it's kind of like, well, that's really, really annoying, and that is what it is. And I imagine for the F1 drivers themselves, that would be so frustrating. But for us, it drops us to the back of the grid, and then we've got like 7 pointless laps that we have to finish. Otherwise, we get punished for rage quitting and early retirement, or taking a DNF, and no, oh, what a plonker, and no points and all the rest of it. But that's sometimes the more painful thing, is then having to actually just sit when a race is being ruined like that, and just lap and lap and lap and lap at the back, knowing you're not going to catch up. That for me is what becomes the most annoying part about the whole thing. But yeah, anyways. Rant over, I guess. But yeah, I hadn't seen. Was he the guy in the AMG? What's the word I'm looking for? Is he a bit of a rascal? Does he do that often? I didn't recognise the name or anything, so I don't know if he's building himself up a bit of a reputation. So I'm not too sure. Good to have you back, Craig. How we doing? Right, we're P3 on this one. We've obviously dropped down a little bit, albeit we're still in, thankfully though, we're still in the A+ rated lobbies. Let's just hope we don't drop as far back this time. P3, podium could be on here. I would certainly like to think so. I would certainly like to think so. Yeah, there you go. You've summed it up perfectly there, mate. Yeah, it's on the game. It's usually the victim that gets penalised. Yes, perfectly summed up. Perfectly summed up. Absolutely. That is the problem. But I tell you what it is. I know I'm having a bit of a whinge there about those last couple of races, or that driver in particular. There was nothing necessarily wrong with the race in general, just by nature of trying to drive around in a pack of 8. And I can't complain too much because the past few streams have been absolutely mega. We've had some awesome races. We've got up to A+. We've had some wins, some podiums that I really didn't expect. Some really good racing. So yeah, hopefully this that one there is starts to become a one-off, and hopefully the better races take place. That said, a second account is now on the cards. Completed it, haven't we? We're up to A+, we completed it, so we got to do it. Now we got to do a second account. I've earned the right. Is how I see it anyways. So I think we'll start doing second account streams as well. Maybe it's midweek. Monday for the proper races. Midweek for the second account. Right, the Supra there getting the initial better acceleration, but we're going to be in the slipstream, and we're going to absolutely have the top end on him here. Oh god, couldn't quite see the lines, however, that's always a scary one. Oh, that was a slight move, late move. He's gone for that one though. That was well, P3 will not be happy about that one, I know that much. Yeah, I'm not sure if we'll get the win, Greg, but I will certainly do my best. I think, judging by the way these two are about to kill each other, we might get a podium, though. A podium's looking rather likely. Oh, well, there we go. Up to P3. Just need to try and not drop in to that carnage behind there, that group behind. Got the slipstream and the top end on the Supra. What do we have behind us? Is that a Supra there as well, I think? So hopefully we should be able to fend him off. Let's get this P2 to begin with. Let's get this P2, come on. Come on. Oh, it's not quite going to happen. I thought I would have had enough top end to have cleared him by the end of the straight. Sadly not. into the bus stop, we'll try and have this. Not quite yet again. Good bit of racing, good bit of defending there as well. Hasn't had to do much defending. He has just been racing his line, but that's what makes it a good defence. That's what makes it a good defence. He's knowing that he doesn't have to go, apart from there, I was just going to say, he doesn't have to go too far offline to move out of the way for me at the moment. Not move out of the way, sorry, but to kind of, you know what I mean, to defend. He's just driving his race as he needs to. Sometimes the best form of defence is attack. And I'm starting to lose the best of these soft tyres as well. Got a good exit here though. Go. This could be it if we just keep our foot planted here. We're over to the left hand side yet again, exactly the same as the previous lap. The Supra able to carry just a little bit more speed through there, I think. Be a little bit more confident on the throttle. Whereas I have to try and race for kind of how do you explain it? He's kind of racing, prioritising exit as much as he possibly can, which is absolutely what I want to do. But I kind of want to prioritise mid-range acceleration, if that makes sense. So, yes, a decent exit, but knowing that my advantage comes in the absolute top line, top end straight speed. So I know that I'm not getting him on exit, absolutely. I'm trying to get him on the way into the next corner, basically, or midway to the next corner, if that kind of makes sense. P1 absolutely running away with it now, though. I feel like I'll probably go one more lap on these softs. Lap time hasn't been all too bad here. Go. Slight mistake from him there. Here it is once again. That Supra has done well to tame this Skyline. Get our elbows out, we get through. Oh, he's gone off track, he's gone off track. He's gone off track. He's gone. No. No, 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 no. I don't want him thinking that that was my fault. I don't want him to think that that was my fault. There was a little bit of contact there by nature of him trying to get the overtake done on the inside. I don't want him to think that that was my fault. I don't want to be getting blamed for that one. I don't feel like I was to blame for that one. Oh, it's a shame that, because we were having a good race there as well. We were having a really, really good race. Alright, on to the mediums. Do not refuel. Let's go, let's go. Do we think we can get... Obviously not the race win. I think that is fair to say. That is long gone. Ferg's up to P1. Ace up to P2. We're sat at P3 at the moment. Down to P4. Down to P5. See where we're at once it actually locks on. There we go. Right, P3. But P4 is right on us here. I can only hope that this guy has not yet pitted. But I don't think you can run 6 laps on either of these tyres. So I'm going to presume that we're absolutely racing him here. Can't see a pit stop being made by him at the end of this lap. Totally overestimated those mediums there. I want this podium though. I want this podium. Guys on the softs, I think, as well. Yeah, not a fan of Max no more. Not a fan of Max no more. I'll get onto that in a second because I was gonna see what everyone's thoughts were. Yeah. Oh, here we go. He's gone off. He might have a penalty. He's kept a bit of speed going, but he might have a penalty. This guy's going to go around the outside here. Oh, he's binned it as well. Right, Ferg's into the pits. This guy in front with a penalty. He's 3.6 up the road, so if he has a penalty here, I don't quite know how close we're going to get to him. Spaniard, yeah, also with a penalty. Oh, that was a bit of a lag spike of some sort, I think. That was a bit weird. That was a bit weird. I seemed to slow down out of nowhere and then... accelerate dead quickly. Either that or it was him putting the brakes on, which made me think that I was a bit like when you're sat in standstill traffic and the car beside starts moving and you think you're the one that's moving. Maybe that was it. Maybe he had the lag spike. I don't quite know. Either way, he has the podium at the moment. Right, we're on to the podium. Love it. But yeah, Max Verstappen, I tell you, it's a weird one for me. It really, really is a weird one for me. I was rooting for Mercedes that whole weekend. I just wanted to see them get a win. I was kind of hoping it would be Lewis, to be honest, but nonetheless, it was a Mercedes 1-2, of course. Sorry for any spoilers. But yeah, the whole Max and Checo thing, I just thought it was a little bit strange. But I tell you what, I would have put money on Max not giving him the place back. I just got the sense that he was not going to give the place back regardless of where he was. And I think after that penalty, the penalty probably annoyed him and he's maybe just thought, sod it. I really don't know, but I think Checo most certainly deserved the place back. Obviously. And at the end of the day, many times has he benefited from team orders. Many times. In fact, two world championships later is what he's benefited from team orders. And he would have benefited. What would the difference been? 1 point to him? 1 world championship point? 2? Whatever the numbers were for P6 and 7 or wherever they finished. And he's already got the championship, so of course it means absolutely nothing. Makes absolutely no difference to him. But yeah, such a weird one. I know the rumours are, I don't know how true it is, but the rumours are that it was for Monaco. But really, Checo crashing in Monaco, is that really what it's over? I don't quite know. But yeah, it just seemed a really weird one. To not give that place back. If you're not going to give the place back, knowing that that was the agreement, why would you accept the initial team orders of the place being switched? You know, obviously it benefits him on that one, but yeah, I just thought it was a little bit strange. I think it should have definitely, yeah, well, obviously he should have given the place back. It was the right thing to do. We've seen that happen with Lewis and Bottas before. Switch places. Lewis giving it back on the last lap. Can't remember what track or what year it was. I just remember that happening. But yeah, I feel sorry for Checo, to be honest with you. But and with that, I hope that he does A, manage to get P2 in the championship. But secondly, well, I kind of hope he does for his sake, but then I hope he doesn't for the sake of Red Bull and Max to realise that they should have that would have been the difference. If he gets beaten by 1 point by Charles, and they realise that Max giving him that place back and that 1 or 2 points would have made the difference, I would like to see that kind of happen. But for Checo's sake, I'd like him to get the P2. Yeah, there was another point I was going to make, but I can't remember what it was, but just felt a bit sorry for Checo. So, oh yeah, that's the second point. I hope that that's what happens. He either gets the place, or if he doesn't, then Red Bull learn a serious lesson, more so that Max learns a lesson. But also, that next year when it comes, I hope he doesn't forget it. I hope he doesn't forget it and he sticks with it. When he's in P1 or P2 or P3 and they're wanting to switch the positions, I hope he sticks with it. I really, really do. So there we go. Anyways, that's my thoughts on the Max Verstappen Checo thing. I feel a bit sorry for Checo, basically, is where I'm at with it. Real shame. And then we saw afterwards as well, Carlos said, I would have sacrificed the podium to give it to Charles if that's what had came up on the team, but I didn't because I wasn't told to, so I presumed they had it worked out. And I thought, fair play to you. Fair play, Carlos. Even though Charles was begging for him to be taken off the podium. Begging for him to switch places, saying think of the championship. But anyways, yeah, bit of a weird one. Yeah, it makes Horner look stupid. Looks like they have two teams. Yeah, exactly. If he had the balls, he would sack him. Indeed he would, but he doesn't have the driver to replace him. That's the problem, isn't it? But yeah, I think for everybody, their respect of Max went down by quite some margin after that. I think it was just the way that it was said over the team radio as well. I've truly scored. Do not ever ask me of that of me again, sort of thing. I thought, you know, come on. Surely we can be a bit fairer than that, but yeah. I guess that's why he's world champion, because he does benefit from his other teammate being as nice and saying, there you go. There you go, boss. You have that one. So, yeah. Not this year, of course. It's been a little bit different, but last year for sure. Last year for sure. But yeah, what's everyone else think? What's their thoughts? It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Because I kind of wish that Checo could go elsewhere and lead a team, to be honest with you. But is he capable of doing so? Who knows? Petulant child. Yeah. Loads of people have said that, and I've always thought, oh, that's a bit harsh. And then kind of, the more I see, the more I understand people's opinions, to be honest. And I used to, you know what it is? I used to hate Lewis. Purely because I was one of the Netflix folk. I came in at that point and started watching F1 at that point. And the way that it's portrayed is that you hate Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes for what they've achieved. Where it should be the other way. It should be that you respect them and that you want to be as good. Not kind of find the excuses and, you know, we deserve to win because we're the underdog sort of thing. But yeah, bit of a weird one, so need to practice in the Skyline now. I highly recommend it, Zafra, 100%. I'm sticking with it now for sure. I'm not going to bother with the Supra. 1,000,000%. Right, we'll have enough time for one more lap after this one. Don't know if we're going to improve on that 13.8, although we know that there's maybe another 10th there. Maybe another 10th and a half. We know that that's in the pocket somewhere. We just need to dig about to find it, really. Right, so we want 6.5 tenths taken off this. Let's start again. Start again with that one. I wonder if braking as late as possible into P on there is actually saving any time or not. Hard to see without the delta on there. And whether or not it actually was. Oh, I tell you what, while I'm on, quick question. Does any of you have... How funny would it be if I pulled up to the right-hand side here and then I got catapulted to the end of the race and crossed the line with a 1:53? How brilliant would that be? Very quick question. Does anybody have two things? First of all, does anybody have F1 TV Pro, meaning you've used a VPN to purchase the American version or somewhere else where it's permitted? Does anybody have F1 TV Pro? And then the second thing, on the back of that, if you do you use F1 multi-viewer to watch the F1 races? Because if you haven't seen it, it looks awesome. F1 multi-viewer, where you can watch the race and have the live timing and the map and everything else, but you can also select all of the drivers that you want to watch on their driver cams for the full race. That's the first question. Does anybody use F1 TV Pro, and do you use multi-viewer? The multi-viewer bit's actually irrelevant, but check it out because it's worth checking out. But I'm struggling at the moment. Whenever I try to go on to get F1 TV Pro, which is only available... Well, it's not available in the UK. It's available in some European countries and in America, where Sky Sports is not streamed because they hold the rights to stream the live events. So you need a VPN to access those. But whenever I'm trying to access one, sign up via a VPN... It keeps saying that there is an error with my address. Address not entered correctly or whatever it is. Something like that. So I'm not... It's a bit of a... Yeah, I can't quite work it out because I've tried a few different VPNs, a few different locations. Doesn't quite work. But of course I am putting a UK address for the billing address. But I don't think that itself is the issue. It just seems to... It doesn't seem to be working. So if anybody is on F1 TV Pro and has any answers, because you will have had to have done it via a VPN. If anyone's on F1 TV Pro, let me know. And let me know if you managed, or how you managed to get around the VPN thing. Because I can't work it out and it's doing me head in. And I've been trying for the past 2 races to get it to work and I can't. It's really getting on me nerves. Anyways, let's have a look at this race. So a P5, starting on the soft tyres. Francois up top. Mr. France in P1. Hope we're all well, mate. Best of luck. I'm sure the race win is yours. Someone's not on the track there. What's going on there? There is something glitching happening there. There is a car that is not on the track. What is going on there? I thought I could see a name tag moving as if it was behind the barriers or something. Is that my connection? Or is that his? Because that seems so bizarre. Yeah, it's his connection. It's got to be. He's literally not even appearing on the screen. Nor is he appearing, by the looks of things, on my radar, which makes things even more difficult. Oh, they've just drove straight through him, so he's obviously not on track. Oh, no, he is on track. How are you meant to know where someone is if you literally cannot physically see their actual car? What the hell? That is mad. Now he'll be thinking I'm a dirty driver for just trying to ram him off the track. That was mental. That was mental. That's what you could do without during a lap of Spa. Invisible cars. Didn't know that was now a feature on Gran Turismo. That is crazy. He's still not on the track though. That is mental. It's cost me a lot of time though, which is really annoying. Not to worry. That's one way to absolutely mess up any chance of holding this position, because now he's going to be right on me there. Right, I'm closing slightly, ever so slightly, to these guys up ahead. Probably because they're all running on the medium tyres or something like that, watch. But and then I'll catch up to them, we'll go into the pits. And then I'll realise that actually, on equal tyres, I would have been like 2 seconds a lap slower than them. Silly mistake there. And there. Right, one more lap. A few people into the pits behind as well. Top three all closed, all covered within 2 seconds there. Close the gap slightly, not by much, absolutely minuscule closings there. So hopefully we can try and be a little bit quicker than those guys once we get onto the mediums. I'm going to jump onto the mediums now though. As one of them has gone on. Onto the mediums, do not refuel. We'll see how this plays out here, whether or not it's been worth it to go for what we will essentially class as a bit of an undercut. But I just feel like I need to get off these tyres now. I feel like by trying to run one lap too much is where I'm costing myself the time. Down to P6. It's not too bad in terms of places lost. That's not too bad. It's quite a big gap what we've got now. Instead of those guys, have those guys got the undercut? Because there was a couple of people pitted earlier. I'm just concerned now. Are those one of the guys? Are the people ahead there one of the guys that did? Does anyone know? 27.7. France hasn't pitted yet, so I know he's one that definitely hasn't pitted. Matthew, not sure whether or not he did. He's who we were fighting with, having a good race with in the previous race. Come on, let's get a shift on here. He's into the pits on the softs. Matthew into the pits as well. Right, top 3 all into the pits. So providing that they were any more than 5 seconds off. France up top, we should be able to grab. Oh, what a move! What a move. I was not expecting that one. Oh, fair play to you, lad. Fair play. What a tremendous move that was. That was awesome, that. I was absolutely outclassed and outdone there. Oh, he is on a mission as well. Flies out of turn 1. Absolutely flies out of turn 1. I'm going to have to do my best to try and stay on the back of him. 2 cars fighting up top there, just going through Eau Rouge and Radion. Actually, try and stay in the slipstream of this guy here. He's on the soft tyres. You could just tell by the way he launched out of the corner of turn 1. He's going to be onto the back of these guys very soon. Looking at the podium. In fact, that's P3 and P2. Oh, there you go. He's got almost past P3. Doesn't want to take his foot off that podium, though. He's got 1 foot on the step already. 3 of them there all together. Can I at least try and take advantage of this? They're costing each other so much time. He's on a mission there, this guy wanting to try and get through. He's almost going to do it, you know. It's going to cost them all so much, and I'm now going to be on the back of them. I have to lift ever so slightly there. And now it's going to cost me as well, and it has done quite a lot. Best thing I can do now is just stay behind the Supra. Please don't be a penalty. Please don't be a penalty. We're alright for now. It's a 4-way battle for the podium, this. I very nearly left it as a 3-way battle. We're going to keep our foot in it. 4-way battle for the 2 steps of the podium. Make sure he doesn't lose that position, because I did tap him a little bit there. Slot in behind him. Yeah, says thank you for that. We're going to say absolutely no bother at all. And we'll try stay in the slipstream. We'll work with him on this last lap here to try and close the gap. I backed off a bit too much there. Now it's cost me. Got 1 car to get through here, but the podium is very much in sight from P5. Not very often you can be sat in P5 with a lap and a half to go, only a lap left, thinking that you could be in with a podium. It would have to come with a bit of luck, that's for sure. And there is the look that comes. Both of them pin each other off. Oh man. I suppose by rights we've got to keep racing. We've got to try and race for P2 now. But I wasn't expecting that. There we go. We're racing for P2 now. Can we get it early on in the last lap? I think we'd be patient, we bide our time, we wait till the camel's straight, we've got to. The place to get the move done. Oh, we have to lift a bit there, we have to lift. But we've got the slipstream. We're going to go side by side, alongside. Oh, we get contact there. Bit of contact. You make sure that we keep the position though. That's also fair enough. He's going to fight hard for this position. As of now, however. Four tenths behind us, yeah. Let's try and hold on to this now, because we're going to be vulnerable in the slipstream. Has he gone wide? Oh, he must have made a mistake. He must have made a mistake there. He must have gone wide. Right, we should hopefully be alright. 4 tenths behind us then. Heading into the chicane, unless he goes for an absolute savage lunge. He's got a penalty as well. Yeah, we make that one stick. What a treat. Whew. What a treat. And the Frenchman there, Jonah, manages to get P3. Oh, what a belter. Super fair racing, just how it should be. I agree there, Alex. Absolutely. That was really, really good fun, that. Really good. I wasn't expecting that. We were quite fortunate with a couple of places. But, so, I apologise once again for that, mate. But congratulations. P1 for you there. Nicely done. Who was the guy that I was racing? Where's he gone? We'll save that one. That was a good one. What a treat. What an absolute treat. Right, we will go for one more then. Let's go for one more. We're still sticking. Part of me wants to actually go with the Porsche, you know. But we'll stick with oh, not the Viper. Definitely not the Viper. Christ. We will go for our final race of the stream. What are we going to manage in this one? Great race. Cheers, Jonathan. Yeah, it was fortunate. Very, very moments of strong fortune. Let's put it that way. Moments of strong fortune. James is saying the RSR. I am tempted, mate. I've got to be honest, but maybe I save that one for a little bit later in the week. Just by nature of we know what I'm like. Basically, we know what I'm like. So we maybe stick with what I know, and possibly get a couple of attempts in the Porsche a little bit later in the week if I can do. I don't know if you were on the stream, James, when I said it, but now that we're on to A+, a second account is most certainly happening. Try the Clio. Oh my goodness, there's no way on earth. Hang on a minute, the Clio, Group 3? There's no Clio in Group 3, is there? Or is there? There's not. I don't think there is. Surely not. Am I missing something? Or do you mean the Megane? Do you just mean the do you mean the Renault? Even that, I feel like I would struggle. In fact, you definitely will struggle in that, because the reason that this car is so quick is its top end, and the Renault don't have no top end. That was a close one. Megane, I was going to say, I didn't think there was a Clio in Group 3, but you did have me thinking for a second there. Can you imagine a Clio in a Group 3 Clio though? Can you actually imagine? That'd be crazy. Right, let's see what we can do here then. We want 1.6 seconds taken out, or 1.4, sorry, taken out, to match our current time. 1.6 would be better though, because then we'd have improved by 0.2. Alright, this is going to end up being looking like a low 2:14. It is indeed 14.1. Right, one more lap. Let's see what we can do. For the love of God, let's try and improve on this time. Even if it's by 1,000 at this point, I'm not bothered. I just want to improve on it. Right, we're going to be level with our Ghost. Not actually level in picture, because of course I have the Ghost 0.3 ahead, remember? As aggressive as I possibly can through here. Foot flat to the floor. Go on, let's commit. Why not? There you go. There you go. It pays to commit. It pays to commit. Ah! No! Right, come on. Come on. We need 3/10 to improve here. 319 to be precise. I'm just going to brake as late as I absolutely dare here. Oh my god, it's going to pay off. Ah, no! Oh, so close. So close. But yet so far. Oh, man. James was closest there, I think. No, Alex was closest. 13.987. James, if I got 13.666, I'd be absolutely buzzing. I'd be laughing. Right. What do we do on this one then? Do we start on the softs? Suppose we've got to really, haven't we? Try and stay out front as best we can. Oh, yeah, you were very close there, Alex, for sure. Very, very close. Right. Let's take a little look here. Settle down. Settle down. Let's take a look. He's nearly Matthew here is 3/10 quicker. But I feel like he's in the Supra, so I feel like I have a chance of being able to try and outpace on those straights. As long as I can kind of stay with him on the corners, then I feel like we might be okay. So let's see. Problem being is that Andre behind us is going to get a good run in the Supra, a good launch because of the acceleration from second gear up to third is better in the Supra. So he's definitely going to have the better run on the pit straight. Sorry. When the lights go out, when we actually start racing from this kind of like 40-50 mile an hour, he's going to have a slightly better run as long as he upshifts to second quickly enough, which I'm sure he will do. So we could be down to P3 by the time we get out of the corner, out of turn 1. There we go. Look at the launch he's got. Look at that. It's going to be alongside. I've got the right to the racing line. We just give enough space. He's still got the run round the outside though. Absolute beast mode of a launch out of there. That was mega. That was mega. Just need to be careful here now though. Oh no, he couldn't turn in there because he was there. He couldn't turn in because he had also missed the apex. We had outbraked a bit there and ran a little bit too deep. But just as I got it slowed down enough to turn, he was still running wide. Ah, man. Sorry, Alex, I'll catch that in a second. Is it about the lap time? Let me just catch it in a second on the next straight. Need third gear out of there. Need third gear. Lose too much time on the upshift. Yes. Brief panic there because I thought I hadn't made the corner. Right on the back of these guys now. I was never looking for that move. I just wanted to try and put them off a bit. Didn't really work, did it? Didn't really work at all, actually. Come on, though. We're still chasing for this podium here. Bit of life still left in the tyres to try and push. Going to start closing a little bit, but he does have the slipstream of the Supra, and of course he's in the Skyline, which is incredibly quick. Just follow, absolutely, absolutely. Just need to try and take this a bit easier here. No. See, problem being P2's now broke away here. He's no longer right on the back of P2. Which is the worry. I don't want P2 to break away because that was who my race was with in my eyes. Oh, we've got a bit of dynamic weather, have we? A bit of dynamic, well, time. There was no weather change there, was there? Dynamic timing. Right, come on. .3 to the leader. He's dropped a little bit there. So now P2 will be trying to close the gap to him. All the while P3 is trying to close the gap to him. And I'm trying to close the gap to P3. Yes, yes. Nicely done, nicely done. Picture and sound all good. I am happy about that then, because I've managed to record this as well, so that I get a little bit higher quality if I ever use any of these clips on for the channel. So we've managed to get it all singing and dancing, and it's only taken me, what, 2 years? A couple of us having a bit of a nightmare with oversteer there. .6 to the leader. Oh, just a bit too deep, bit too quick into there. Not managing to get slowed down quick enough. P1 maybe had the same mistake there. It's very dark around here. I don't feel like it was this dark in the previous races around here, but I like it though. Feels like there's a bit less grip there, or it certainly looks like there should be a bit less grip, which in turn makes me drive a little bit more cautiously. Don't run wide like they both just have. Ho, ho, ho. Are they going to keep it together? Yes, but they've cost themselves a bit of time. Fake taxi a bit less than P2. He's gone, he's gone. Right. Onto the back of P2 then. No. Yes. Try and get within 1 second, I think. Have him watching his mirrors a little bit more. Come on, let's get on him. Just braking a bit earlier here, just to try and get turned and carry a bit more speed. Almost running a little bit too wide there, but we're all right. Right, 6/10. Let's close and close and close as much as we can in the slipstream. Right, we're all into the pits here, I presume. Oh, you idiot! You idiot! Ah, well, that would do it, wouldn't it? That would do it. Float off figuratively. Christ, I remember watching. I used to love watching that. Trust me to put it into the bloody wall. Typical. That penalty is going to be a killer, mind. That penalty is going to be an absolute killer here. Luckily, I'm not going to serve it this lap, I don't think. Maybe I will. I don't quite know. Advantage for me, however, is that that guy coming out of the pits ahead of me means that he gets caught out by it. P3 here is going to get caught out by it. He's at a lift as well, which means we actually catapult to P3 as a result. Despite having a penalty. So that's undone, in my eyes, a little bit of that damage, because it hasn't cost us anything to get past them either. I feel like I'm maybe a little bit quicker than him here on the mediums. I'm going to go to the inside. Didn't make contact there. Well, we did, but nothing intentional or damaging to either of our races. What I was trying to say was, or point out, was that I didn't run him off. Brutal penalty line this as well. Oh, look at that. So many positions lost. No. Oh man, you can't even, it's not like you can make the time back by braking later either, because you just really can't. You're pretty much at full whack anyways. P6 it is then. We've lost the podium, which we thought we had. Ah! Come on, I need a bit of luck. I need a bit more luck. We've already had a little bit this stream in the previous race there. Let's just see if I can have a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Let's take the wider line. Let's let them get the good exit that those Supras can get, and then use our top end advantage here to hopefully get a double overtake on the way into the chicane at the end of the Kemmel Straight. Is it going to happen, or are they pushing each other along here? I think they are just a little bit. We'll hang back in case they end up pushing each other off. Never mind pushing each other along. We end up pushing him along though, because he goes very slowly out of the chicane. We're going to go to the right hand side here if it's not too late to do so. Just enough to maybe put him off, make him run wide. It gives us the space. Nicely done. Not quite enough. But we'll have this one here, maybe. Yeah, lovely stuff. Right, P6. Let's try and get on to P5. Last lap here, last lap. Go, 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 go. I'm hoping that by that influx of breath you could work out what was going on there. He almost binned it. He's lost a lot of time. We've gained about 3/10 there. Just ran a little bit too wide. Now he's going to be catching up to P4 here, who ran even more wide. Right, we could have this here. Is he actually in an Aston Martin, or has he just got an Aston Martin livery? Yeah, he is in the Aston. Right, okay then. Interesting. I was going to say, so he has to be careful on exit, which he proves by losing a bit of the back end. But he'll be mighty on the straight, which is maybe why we couldn't catch these two before. I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to go for it. I was going to push him along, but I think I've got so much more top end that I'm all right. No. We can't get a penalty for that surely, because we lost so much time. There was nothing to gain from running wide there. One of the worst places on a racetrack to run wide. One of the worst corners is Puong. No benefit whatsoever to not obeying track limits, but I think we're okay. I'll tell you what it is though, I'm happy with the P5 all in all. Considering we dropped down to P7 after that penalty, and we only had half a race to get them back, get a few places back, I don't think I've done all too badly there. So all in all, that's not the worst race. Yeah, top 5, James, exactly. Not the worst race. Not the worst, but some good battles. Some really, really good battles. I feel like I was holding my own a little bit there. Yeah, decent. Happy with that. Happy with that. Another good little night of racing, that, I think. Definitely, definitely. So I think my plan now, moving forward on the streams, will be proper racing on the Monday night. And then maybe it's the Friday or a Saturday or something like that. I will try and do like a more fun stream where we can be on a second account or something like that. I think that's what I want to start doing, and just have a bit of a laugh and enjoy it, because it's been quite hard work trying to get up to A+. We finally got there, and I think a bit of fun is in order. So I'm happy with that. I hope everyone's enjoyed the stream. That has been a mega little race, or a mega few races, as far as I am concerned. A good little stream. So I really hope everyone's enjoyed it. I will try my very best to catch you all later in the week. Although that said, no promises there even, because we got Friday, Saturday. I'm already out gigging. Oh, I'm going to struggle actually, yeah. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be Sunday. We're back for British Heart Foundation, I think. I have to double check. Maybe it's next week we start with the double streams. I need to get them planned in, booked in. But there we go. Hope everyone's enjoyed it. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanking you so much. Apologies that I missed everybody in chat for the first like 10-15 minutes of the stream as well. That was a little bit of an annoying one, but there we go. And yeah, I will catch you at some point in the week. Not too sure when it will be. I've got lots of little YouTube shorts and little bits and pieces going out on the channel this week, so keep your eyes peeled for them as well. Give them a share if you do not mind, or at least most definitely a like if you see the video. Even if you don't like it, I'd appreciate it. Even if you don't like the video, I'd appreciate it if you hit like, is what I mean. But there we go. Hope everyone's enjoyed it. I should catch you all a little bit later in the week. Enjoy what is left of the week, and yeah, I should catch you all in a bit.